Today we're looking at what modules you could buy first and why to go straight into modular instead of getting a semi-modular, you dirty birdies, not just a semi on. Quick disclaimer though, I'm fully prepared to fight everyone because no doubt it'll be controversial this. Only in a gentle way, like wrong'uns who put milk in before hot water in a cuppa, not like setting a light to old people or something. Second disclaimer, I'm actually not willing to fight anybody over this because it's not that important. Hey up, I'm Aaron, thanks for tuning in to another modular video. Stick around and you might just friggin' learn something, who knows, eh? I'm not getting paid for this video, but I do like money. If you or anyone else want to pay me, that'd be nice. So one of the comments that often comes up in videos I post relating to modular is why those who are looking to get into modular should go into semi-modular first. And I've actually said it myself before as well, and although I appreciate the logic, now that I've thought about it a bit, I don't necessarily agree with it anymore. See, I get that companies like Behringer do affordable analogue clones. They also do modular now, I suppose, though. And I myself do have an MS-20, which is a semi-modular synth, which I did get before my Eurorack. And to be honest, the 2600s are amazing, aren't they, as well? But anyway, however, not everyone getting into modular wants to make a basic subtractive synth. And if that is all you want, then I'd recommend buying hardware synths only. Don't get into modular at all. Those pre-built synths like the aforementioned will just be a lot cheaper for awesome results, if I'm honest with you. But if you're not wanting to be limited to a synth designed by how a manufacturer thinks you want to interact with it, rather than how you do want to interact with it, then going straight into modular is a great way to do it. That way you can determine what you want it to do, rather than let someone else decide that for you. That said, with semi-modular, you do obviously have the option to patch stuff, but equally you don't have to, which means you probably won't if you're lazy like me. So the question you're probably thinking then is, how do you do that on a budget? How do you get straight into that juicy plump modular? And though I don't have a definitive answer because I don't know what you want to directly achieve, I can offer you a couple of good ways that I think you might consider. So the first then, and I've said it before, is to start with some form of granular or effects processing module, like a beads or a clouds, or even a clouds clone like the Monsoon, which was my first module that arrived. Not the first one I ordered, but the first one that arrived. That way you can send any audio sources into it and get some awesome results. And you benefit from some CV modulation too, but let's say you were to start with an oscillator and you don't have the rest of the voice or a way to play or sequence it, then you're going to be investing more and more each month and you're going to be stuck for months with something that makes no noise. That way the semis win. Don't let semis ruin your life like they ruined your physical education at school. By the way, if so far this is making your tum-tum all warm and tingly inside, then please tap the like button. Synth lovers absolutely love a button, so you've got no excuses. I'm just trying to make modular a little less scary for people. I was going to say if this is giving you a semi, but I might drop that cheap joke in later, to be honest. The second way is to get something like the SWN, or even that exact module, to be honest. I spoke about it a few times recently, but it's a 3-dimensional wavetable oscillator with independent synth channels. If that alone doesn't make you want one, then maybe you don't love synths like you say you do. But if you need a bit more information, it can drone on like me, or it can sequence itself, and you can alter the chords so that its spread is different. It actually has some effects as well that you can access through some button combinations. But most impressively is just how many LFOs it has, and they can be shaped and sped and altered and internally patched. And do you know what? I'm really tempted to just put a full EP together with just this module, just to show how amazing and versatile it is. You can also load a ton of your own wavetables into it, customize them. You can save all your settings to banks. In fact, the list just goes on and on. In fact, this module does give me a semi. That is the last semi joke, I promise. Anyway, that's my advice. Take it or leave it, see if I care. Ultimately, it's your money, so do what the chuff makes you happy. If you're not wanting to spend loads of money and you want some hardware, get a semi-modular synth. I'm not suggesting don't buy them. The MS-20 is like my favourite synth, I think. But just don't presume that it's the most logical gateway into modular, because it doesn't necessarily translate like that. I hope this is useful. As always, chuck any questions in the comments, or just tell me why I'm wrong if it makes you so happy, because I don't care anyway. Same goes for any questions about any modules themselves. In the meantime, go on one of the other videos on your screen if you want to see more of my face. I can't guarantee that there'll be more semi jokes, but there will be more rubbish jokes guaranteed. As always, you've been as sexy as chocolate strawberries. Cheers.